Hi guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a casual kind of impromptu video. It's something I've been getting requests to do for a while and I kind of had to wait based on the timeline, but now I feel like it's a good time to do this. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about some of the books that I've edited. If you're new here, I'm an indie author myself. I have 4 books out and I'm also a freelance editor, so I help other self-published authors edit their work. I started my business in 2019 but really went full-time with it in 2020, and just because of the slow nature of publishing sometimes and how long the process can take, I'm just now starting to see a lot of my clients' books get published that I worked with like a year and a half ago. Like, they're just now starting to come out. So some of you have asked that I talk about some of the books that I've worked on. I know some of you were really interested in reading more books by indie authors, but you don't know where to find them. So I'm not going to be like recommending any of the books over the others. I'm just going to give you a list of some of the books that I've worked on and links down below in the description to them so you can go check them out if you're interested, and just tell you a little bit about them so I can just shout out and celebrate some of my authors. I also have a carousel little thing on my website. If you want to see that, I update that as often as I can with the book covers for all of my clients as their books come out. So that's a good place to check. If you're watching this and you're one of my clients and I don't mention your book or your book is not on my website, please reach out to me and tell me that your book is out now. Send me a link or something. I try to stay on top of it and I try to look for things, but sometimes people like come up with pen names that they didn't have when we were working together, or they change the title and then I don't know when the books come out. And I would love to share your book with as many people as I can and scream from the rooftops how awesome it is. So please, if your book is out, tell me. So yeah, the services that I did for all of these books varies. Some of these books I did manuscript evaluations for, some of them I did the copy editing for, some of them I did the proofreading, some of them I just did the formatting, so it really differs. But if you're looking for some more indie books to read, you should definitely check out my clients. They're all fabulous. I'm so incredibly lucky to be able to work with such talented people, and I just thought we could spread some of the indie love on the channel today. And I have worked with a very wide range of genres too, so no matter what your reading tastes are, we've got something for you. I'm so sorry, I gotta give you a warning ahead of time. I don't know what was up with my camera. Half of this video is out of focus and I don't know why. It just like comes in and out. Normally I wouldn't even mention it, but it's not great in this video, so I'm really hoping it's not too distracting. First we have Kings and Queens by J.N. Eagles. This was actually the first book that I edited that ever got published. So this was the first one that I ever saw come out. So Jordan was also one of the first people to ever hire me and ever take a chance on me when I first started my business. So this book I look at and makes me think very fond memories. So this is a collection of poetry. So this is a coming of age poetry book, and if you liked my poetry collection, The Sweetest Kind of Poison, I think you'll like this one because this one follows a similar sort of like narrative structure, so it kind of tells a story throughout. So yeah, if you're interested in picking up some more poetry collections, definitely give this one a go. Next we have Project Halo. This is another book that I did very early into my editing career. I'm looking at it right now. It's available in Kindle Unlimited if you have that, if you want to read it for free. And this is a YA like sci-fi thriller that's set in Norway. The Amazon page compares it to The Maze Runner and Black Mirror. I'm editing this video and I just wanted to jump on here because I realized I couldn't really tell you a ton about this book. This is one that I just formatted, so I'm not as familiar with it, but I also did help proofread the last couple of chapters. So from what I read, it was really good. It's not a book that I worked as like in depth with, so I didn't have it. Next we have Cruel Future. I am obsessed with this cover, for one thing. I'm trying not to be like biased at all, but I love all of these books. Like, I cannot speak without bias on any of these books. They're all fantastic, and seeing them come such a long way as we worked through them together, I'm just so proud of all of them, and I'm so proud of all of my authors. And if you've been around for a while and if you've watched my vlogs and you've kind of heard me talk about the projects I was working on, I was so excited when I was working on this project. I was so invested in this story. I had so much fun with this book. This one is also available in Kindle Unlimited right now. Oh, he got an audiobook made too? Oh, this is so exciting. I'm like walking back down memory lane looking at all of this. This is so cool. This book was fantastic. I can't recommend this enough. It's like a dark, dystopian, futuristic mystery that kind of explores the dangers of tech and social media. The main character is this young girl. She's a podcaster, and I don't want to tell you too much. I think you should go into it pretty much blind, but this book was a ride. It was such like a privilege to work on this book. So if you like futuristic, like techie books, definitely read this one. Next we have Twisted Scars. This is actually the 3rd book in a series I think the first book is free right now, so you can go start the series for free. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be working on book 4 with her coming out pretty soon. You guys have to read this series. It's like an urban fantasy adventure. Her description says it will be perfect for fans of Jennifer L. Armentrout and Cassandra Clare. I didn't edit the first 2 books in the series. I jumped in with her at book 3, and amazingly, I was not confused at all only editing book 3, even though I hadn't read the previous ones. But now I need to go back and read the first 2 because this 3rd one was so good. They also all have stunning covers. This one has like supernatural beings. It has a very dystopian feel to it, to me at least. You've got conspiracy, some angsty romance stuff. You should definitely give this one a try. The first book's free. Go pick it up. This 3rd book is coming out the day after my book release, actually, March 31st. Next we have Melody Unchained. This one is also available in Kindle Unlimited, so if you have Kindle Unlimited, you're in luck. This is a romance novel set in Nashville with like a country singer. So this is like a second chance Western romance, and it was so fun. She has such like an addicting, readable writing style. Definitely go check this one out if you're into romances and if you like Nashville, country music, that kind of stuff. Next we have The Pilots, and this is the first book in a duology. I believe she's working on book 2 right now. This one brought me back to like old school YA when I was reading it. It's a YA dystopian, and it very much gives you like Hunger Games, Maze Runner, those kind of vibes. You might know Juliana because she has a bookstagram. Yeah, this was one of those projects. I was working on it and I kept like forgetting that I was reading for work because it was just so, it just sucked me in so much. If you like YA dystopian, like government, conspiracy kind of stuff, I think you'll really like this one. Or like survival stories, definitely check this one out. Next we have Everything is Okay. This one's on pre-order. Oh, this is coming out the same day as my book. That's exciting. March 30th. This is another poetry collection, and this just has a stunning, like, minimalistic cover. I love it. This is a very, like, inspiring book of poetry. It deals with depression and anxiety and faith. So if you're looking for something, like, uplifting, I think you'll really like this one, too. Next, we have Blood Voyager. Katie, you were one of the tricky ones. You changed the title on me. But look how gorgeous this cover is. This one is another science fiction, kind of like space opera book with some murder mysteries happening on spaceships. Random, but this one definitely reminds me of this Jacoby series, if any of you have read that. We're following this detective, Henry Finch, as he's trying to solve these murders happening on one of these ships. So if you like the sort of like detective mystery stuff and also sci-fi, definitely give this one a go. Same with Missing Link. I'm just realizing how many of my sci-fi clients have come out all around the same time. This is the first book in a series also in Kindle Unlimited. So this one is sci-fi, but this is definitely like sci-fi, alien, romance, more steamy than a lot of the other books, so just be aware of that. But if you're into like the sci-fi, alien, erotica genre, you'll probably eat this one up. This one also just got this cover change too, so that's really exciting. Next we have A Very Human Mission. This was one of the most unique projects I've worked on. I don't know if I've worked on another book like this since. Oh, he has an audiobook now too. I'm learning all kinds of things right now. So basically we're following this being from another planet who goes on a mission to become a human on Earth, but he has no memory of his life as a different kind of being, and he has no memory of like what his mission was supposed to be when he gets to Earth, so he has to figure it out on his own. He lists it as coming of age fantasy and magical realism. I'm not quite sure how to place this book. It was very different. And then the last book that I have to talk about for this video is called Wind Chimes and Sirens, and this is also in Kindle Unlimited, and this is book 2 in a series. However, I think it's a series with like standalones, so you can read any of them. I'm not sure exactly how to classify these ones either. It is sort of like family life, coming of age, like contemporary stuff, but this second book in particular follows these like gangs, and our main character John is trying to escape his past, and there's really not much I can say without spoiling it. But this one is a very like fast-paced action-y book. So yeah, those are just a couple of my clients' books that have come out recently. I have such a full schedule this year, so I'm expecting 6 months from now, about a year from now, is when the books I'm working on now will start to come out, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've been editing such good books this year, so I cannot wait for them to come out for you guys to be able to read them. So yeah, make sure to check down below in the description. I'll have all of these books linked down there if you want to check them out. And if you're one of my clients and I didn't mention you and you have a book out, please let me know. That's gonna be it for today's video. I've got links for my books down below in the description too if you want to check them out, or a link to my website if you're interested in my editing services. I'd love to hear down below in the comments if any of these really piqued your interest, or if you've happened to have read any of them already. That'd be super cool. But I think I'll just see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye.
No. Pretty Caroline. Oh, 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 oh. Stone